Hey gang, welcome back to the Crucible Chronicles. In this chapter, we are doing a little bit of lean forging. Now, in the first part of this chapter, I mentioned we were going to play 5 games with the deck. I think I'm actually going to change that a little bit. So this is going to be a strange 6-part chapter, but we're going to split it between 2 decks. So if you're interested to hear more about the deck that we're playing today, I'll put a link to the first part of this chapter in the video description below. But without further ado, let's hop into the second game with this deck and see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Playing against a deck I cannot pronounce. Playing against a deck I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Wouldn't even know where to start. Looks like a Worlds Collide deck. Saurian Star Alliance. Triple Red or Gallum. I got a Brachus with double Imperium. So definitely some wording going on. I don't know how to speak. Oh, that's cool. City-state interest with Brachus and Primus Unguis too. That's pretty fun. Now we do have this Kurzap, which could be pretty nice. Could be a pretty nice like answer for that. I'm actually tempted to just. So we're going first. I could sloppy lab work. I could. Archive the Kurzap, discard like Titan Engineer or something. I think I'm actually going to do that again because I'm pretty worried about this. Saurian house. And Kurzap is like going to be a very nice counter. So we archive a card, discard a card. So we'll archive Kurzap, discard the Titan Engineer. See what that does for us. Oh, we also have standardized testing, so also another good option. Another great option. So Eterome Lilithal. I'm not finished with you. Let's see, you got the Soul Keeper. I could just standardize testing. It seems like a pretty slow play though. Let's go with Untamed here. Let's play some stuff out. We'll play out Flumph. Play out Gloriana's Attendant because we at least get 1 off of Vault's Blessing. What is that? Wild Spirit Reap to capture 1. Maybe could have put that on Gloriana's Attendant, but we do get up to check, so that is pretty sweet. Let's see if we can follow up with another Untamed turn. They can, of course, go Dis. Use the Lilithal to take us off check. But they did just play 4 discards, so it's definitely possible they could have drawn back into some more Dis. Yeah, so one thing I sort of forgot, those Imperiums. So Imperiums with Brachus and Unguis and stuff is pretty gross. We've got Kurzap. And outside of that, like Positron Bolt on a Logos turn. I guess we have Diametric Charge. Diametric Charge would be a good combo with that. Nice, here comes Brachus. City-state interest. You may spend Ember on enemy creatures as if it was in your pool. So see, do they have an Exhume? They don't. I think we just need to kill this Brachus, which I can do with Kurzap, but I think let's just go Untamed. We're not going to pick up our archives. No. We'll play out another Flumph. We'll fight Brachus. Make that Flumph bigger, and then fight Brachus again, and play out a Fandangle. So, of course, still got us off check, but we are kind of threatening some interesting stuff with the Fandangle on the board. Again, they have an out, pretty easy out with Eterome. Definitely relieved to see Senator Brachus gone. Wouldn't mind getting rid of one of those Imperiums if I could. We got Binding Irons, Interesting. Very interesting. Killing both my floomps. All right, so what do we want to do here? I feel like, again, kind of baiting some of this stuff could be nice. Man, I really wish so I can get to check here. I can also kill both these things if I call Logos. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's go Logos. We'll standardize testing and kill both these things. Pull out the Titan Engineer. Probably hold on to the Effervescent. I mean, the other thing is, if we go Shadows, we can get on to check. The problem is they just have a way to deal with everything. So let's go Logos. We'll not pick up Archives. We're going to keep that Kurzap in the hip pocket. We'll play out the Titan Engineer, end our turn. Holding on to the Effervescent Principle. Not like super crazy about that. Fortunately, we drew into another Logos card. So that's all right. I got red alerts. I got a stealth mode, a couple Lay of the Land, pretty speedy there. 2 Lay of the Lands. Stealth mode could definitely hurt. Could hurt this Vandalize. Ooh, interesting. Information Officer Gray. Very good. Reveal Red or Gallum, and then archive it. Plays Kinkin, then play Zap. Oof. So we could go with Logos. That seems like a pretty good play. Although I'm going to be giving myself another chain. Not crazy about that. Not crazy about it, but I like the stall. So we'll Effervescent. Again, we're going to keep that Kurzap in the hip pocket. We'll Effervescent. So we can Positron Bolt. And I think I probably just still kill this Information Officer Gray. Especially with the Transporter platform. So we'll just Positron Bolt. And clear the board. So that works pretty well. Wow, drew into more Logos. Is there Shadows in this deck? Look at this. This is amazing. That's amazing. We're halfway through the deck and we've only seen 2 Shadows cards. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Definitely still thinking a Shadows turn next here could be pretty good. All right, nice. Creeping Oblivion. Let's see what they get. It seems like Floomp would be a good one. Just that double Ember pip. Effervescent. I mean, both these actually really. It's 4 Ember across the 2 of them. Obviously, it's not an Infernus, so I'm not losing the Ember, but... see, oh, interesting. They went for standardized testing and Positron Bolt. Nice. They got Poltergeist. So our autoencoder has avoided being poltergeisted. Looks like we're going to give up a key here. But we'll get some stuff on the board. So we'll Vandalize. Call Shadows. We'll Vandalize to get rid of Stealth Mode. Select first card to return. The last one's top. So Lay of the Land. I don't know. And then the Lyco Thief. So throw that down. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, still only got 1. Drew into only a single Shadows card off of that. 1 more turn of Chains for the time being. So we'll see if we can survive long enough. Discards Axiom. Interesting. Plays the Redder. Oh, interesting. So we don't have anything to steal here on a Shadow's turn. But I can get down the Techno Beast and do a Growth Surge, so that could be pretty good. I like that. I have some damage out of hand to deal with some wards. So big fan of that. I think we could take an Untamed turn here. We don't get to check. We also wouldn't get to check on Shadows. We would get to check on Logos, but I think this is an Untamed turn. Not pick up our Archives. We'll play out the Techno Beast. Growth Surge. Do you want the thing with tech? Do you want the Techno Beast to be beefy? Let's make the Techno Beast the Techno Beef a little bit more beefy. Oh dear, love it. Cool, going with this. Bornet's Touch. Let's see what they get. Oh man, I bet they get. That's not bad. Revealed Shoulder Id, Flumph, Autoencoder. Again, honestly, Autoencoder right now is not really that useful. Isn't that useful. But we'll see what they get rid of. What would I be the saddest? I mean, maybe Spike Trap. Like Spike Trap is an Ember at least. Spike Trap, there you go. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, there is an Infernus in this deck. Oh, gross. Gross. Purging Flumph and Vault's Blessing. All right, we'll go Shadows. We'll play out the Masis Asp. Go ahead and look over there, the Redder Gallum, and then we'll reap here up to 4. So that's pretty good. Nice. We've picked up a Rad Penny. Fortunately, that avoided the purge from Bornet's Touch. That would have been a little bit sad. That would have been just a little bit sad. Lyco Thief is elusive and skirmish. Got to remember that. Everything but the Mace's Asp on my side of the board is a mutant, so we got that going. Got that going for me. Definitely have a pretty strong mutant synergy in this deck. Do I want to wait? Do I want to wait for the Imperiums? I don't think so. I think I just want to get rid of stuff. So, and we got 2 Redder Gallums. Did I already deal with 1? Brachus and 1 Redder Gallum. So that seems pretty good. Let's go with Logos. We'll pick up our Archives. Let me do this right. So we have Diametric Charge. Whatever. Whatever. We'll deal some damage. We'll Kerzap to clear the board. We'll play Tirado. To the left, capturing onto, I guess, the Lyco Thief. The Lyco Thief. And then we'll play the Discombobulator onto the Techno Beast. So no stealing. We're sitting at 7 Ember. Professor Tirado's on the board. So pretty nice there. I was kind of hoping to maybe get a Shadow's turn. So I could like throw this Rad Penny down and then recur it with the Dark Queen Gloriana. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. For each house represented among creatures in play. Okay, so they dealt with the Lyco Thief. There you go. So nice. That is a little bit of a bummer. Definitely a little bit of a bummer. Let's go with Untamed here. I think it's just the play. Probably just ditch the Dark Queen Gloriana. We'll reap here to draw a card off of Tirado. Oh yeah, I get to discard a card. Oh nice. I'll discard Dark Queen Gloriana. Perfect. Just as I planned. Play out Flumph there. Then we got this Fendangle over there. Shadowsaurus, what's going on? Nice. Now we're threatening some funny business with the Fandangle. Let's just kind of refresh our memory here. We got rid of the stealth mode. Infernus is gone. All 3 of the Rudder Gallums are gone. We haven't seen the Thero Centurion yet. We have seen Senator Bracchus. So by and large, we did already see the city-state interest, so that was pretty fortunate. Pretty fortunate for sure. I could definitely see just an untamed call here, especially if they play something fight to gain 2, reap for a couple. I could like pitch the autoencoder because that's not going to be super valuable. Yeah, it's definitely be pretty interesting. I do like the fact we have the Opportunist and Rad Penny in hand, so we have a little bit of Ember Control hanging on our side of the board. A little bit of Ember Control. I'm really mostly curious right now what type of... I think we've seen both Zaps. We've seen both Red Alerts. There's the Thero Centurion. And we do see the Imperium come down. Nice. All right then. Well, in that case... Ooh, that is interesting, isn't it? Do we just go for the Ember? Try and generate a bunch of Ember? I think that is probably the play. Basically give up the key, but generate a bunch of Ember. I think I like that. So we'll start by reaping here, I think. Actually, let's cancel. We're definitely going to reap there. We're definitely going to fight with the Dark Fairy. So we'll do that. This is 7 power, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could just fight the Thero Centurion off the board. That'll get me 1 back. Let's do that, and then we'll just reap there. I don't get the card advantage there, so maybe that's not good. Maybe I should have done it the other way, just left the Thero Centurion on the board. But like I said, I feel like we've exhausted a lot of the Ember Control in the deck we're playing against right now with the triple Rudder Gallums gone. Of course, they have cycled around, and with 3 Redders. With 3 Redders and an Infernus, there's definitely some options in terms of stuff they could have picked back up. They do get to forge. That is one thing that we could not deal with. Star Alliance, Red Alert. There it is. There's the Red Alert. I feel like that's probably got to be it, right? I'm not seeing any Ember Control hanging out in Star Alliance. Chief Engineer Walls. GG. We got the GG. Well played to our opponents. Man, whew, I felt like we managed to sort of dodge some pretty crazy plays there. I mean, crazy potential in this deck we're playing against. Obviously, some great Ember Control options, some huge threats with Unguis and Bracchus. Really, like, if those get on the board, you can just, like, the game's just over for me, right? Which is, again, in large part why I opted to hold on to that Kurzap and just kind of hold out to playing that until it was really a time where I needed to play. I would, again, very fortunate that neither of those Imperiums seemed to prove any value for our opponent, because that could have definitely caused some problems. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back later this week with another game with this deck, one final game with this deck. I gotta say, I am enjoying it, so it's very likely it'll probably end up sticking in the collection. But the problem is, I just can't do this with every Mass Mutation deck. But there's always so much potential with each deck. It's so tough. Anyways, thanks for checking it out. I will catch you all later. So long.